Wish you a wonderful day, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. And thank you all for joining with us right now. And please stay with us till the end. My dear lovely audience, once again, I'm your host for tonight. Myself, Nasreen Misha, and currently I'm studying MSc in Psychology at the National University in my country. And dear audience, I'm proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. And it's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. So, dear audience, this is another session for learning. And again, and thank you to all of you for joining us today in this marvelous moment. And it's my humble request and pleasure to all of you stay with us till the end. And I'm sure you all will have many takeaways and payoffs from this webinar. So each time you can give a react and comment in our webinar. So don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. Okay, dear knowledge seeker, let's learn together and grow together because we believe that power is gained by sharing knowledge, not holding it. So once again, I'm Nasreen from Bangladesh. Welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professionals free webinar. So dear audience, we have many new participants every day who join with us in our session, live session. So allow me give a little concept about IGP. Institution of Global Professionals serves student and community resource, providing holistic social work and education for create a profession generation. IGP is leading on online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. And we make it able to use for every knowledge seeker to originate personality, more ambitious, make confident to get to face any circumstance and develop own skills. So we are entrusted with international recognition. Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institution provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and concentration to generate profession generation all over the world. And we organized our webinar, training, offline, online courses, etc. by the best and trained speakers, coaches from all over the world to create a best learning platform for all of you. And our mission is empower people and enhance. And we have already crossed 1,000 plus speakers in our platform. And we have already successfully completed 579 webinar, and today's topic number is 580, and the topic is academic performance in blended learning. So this is a great opportunity to learn here. So dear audience, once again, I'm requesting everyone, don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. And you can also give a thumbs up to our Facebook official page. And do not forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. And right now you can share this webinar in your timeline, Facebook groups, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So let's start our program with IGP's mantra that is feed your skills. Okay, before inviting our honorable speakers, let me read some comments from our active participants. Right now, we have in our comment section Faridul Alom, Gloria Vicenta, we have Hilvero Cube, we have Innocent Dajang, we have Alonto, and we have Galang, we have Isaiah Kiangi, we have Alvin, Aris, Kyla, Mary, Rosie, your source, and so many active participants. So, good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming to this as more as you. So, dear audience, my dear lovely participants, and the real knowledge seeker, let's welcome our honorable speakers from Philippines. Sir Harold Tolentino Amro. He is a teacher in BS Aquino National High School Senior High School Department in Philippines. So let's welcome our honorable speaker. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hello, Ma'am Narsine.
How are you, sir?
I'm feeling good and a little bit excited with my presentation.
And we are also excited and ready to learn from your presentation, sir.
Oh.
So you can start your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Wan Shenghao in Chinese, Konbanhua in Japanese, Buenas noches in Spanish, Buenas sera in Italian, Shukha Shuntha in Bangladesh, Magandang gabi in Filipino, or should I say, good evening to everyone. I am favored and lucky to be part of this significant event in the international platform. This will consider another significant milestone as one of the speaker of Institute Global Professional. With that, I am thankful to IGP for this amazing once in a lifetime opportunity. This is not about a plain and simple speakership. Rather, it's about the holistic experience being with the people across the world. So with that, to IGP, I salute you, mabuhay, and more power. This webinar intends to its best to provide insight and understanding on academic performance in blended learning. So my topic is about academic performance in blended learning. To start with my presentation, as quoted by the famous philosopher John Dewey, if we teach today's student as we taught yesterday, we rob them of tomorrow. In this view of line, the role of teacher must change in order to adapt to the needs of today's culture. This quote is one that I wish that every teacher understand and live by in the classroom. Not two students are able to learn the same way, and not every student has the favorite subject. This means that not every student teacher has in class going to enjoy and understand what they are teaching. At its core, innovation is the process of making things better, whether it is a small improvement of one person or breakthrough for our society. Persistently asking questions and having the resources to develop solutions pushes to strive for our better future. March of 2021, the huge changes in the lives of many people, to our economic status, the way people work, limitations with our actions, and being stuck in our houses for almost a month. In short, it changes how people live in their lives. And of those changes, it is the change is how learning should be. And with the help of this webinar, we are going to be understand about handling blended learning during COVID pandemic. So for my today discussion, we will discuss about blended learning definition, the importance of blended learning, the different blended models, as well the benefits of blended learning on students' academic performance. I also share all the best practices that I use in order to assure that there is a positive changes in the attitudes of our learners. So let us define what do we mean by the word blended learning. So blended learning, it provides a flexibility of learning for student and enhances student learning. In turn, it improves student achievements. It enhances the student experience by creating opportunities for students to improve their understanding through their own explorations of the topic. And according to the DepEd Philippines, the Department of Education, blended learning refers to a learning delivery that combines face-to-face with any or mix of online distance learning, modular distance learning with the use of different technologies like TV and radio station. Blended learning will enable the school to limit face-to-face learning, ensure social distancing, and decrease the volume of people outside the home at any given time. And considering the critical implementation, we need to have a huge productions needed for teachers and learners learning material. In the Department of Education here in the Philippines, we have the Learning Resources Portal and with the use of DepEd Commons that is maximizing so that we can assure to continue delivering a quality educations to our learner. To continue with, let us define the difference between blended learning versus traditional learning. We all know in a typical classroom setting, there is a physical presence of the teacher and student, wherein a teacher can easily identify the reactions of that student, as well identifying the performance of the student and his her behavior for their learning. In classroom setting, in classroom learning setting, there is a motivation. There is also one-to-one feedback, personal time and counseling, progress tracking, guidance, assessment, and practice activities. While in online learning, it involves self-study, mobility, self-direction, self-tracking, and online assessment, group chats, and discussion. So if we're going to combine all these techniques and strategies, we are not aware that we are doing a blended learning in our teaching learning process. Moving forward is the benefits of blended learning. So the number one benefits of blended learning is different people learn different things in different ways. Considering the law of individual differences, in a typical classroom setting, we have different kinds of student, different traits, different characteristics. So Pedro is different from one. It is pretty common knowledge that different people learn differently. So, according to the different researchers and authors, we have this acronym, what we call BARC, as a learning style, which is letter B stands for visual. We have as students that they learn best by means of sight or by means of visualization. We have also students that they learn best by means of oral and auditory. They learn best by means of hearing as well by means of speaking. We have also students that they learn best by means of reading and writing, wherein they are after on the things that they are displayed, such as words and pictures. And we have also those students that they learn best by means of kinesthetic, wherein this involves psychomotor activities, which use of practice. To continue with, number two is the use of multiple modalities dramatically reinforce engagement, learning, and retention. Here in Benigno National High School, we have four learning modalities. We have online class, we have printed module, we have also digital module, as well uh, digital, printed, online, and face-to-face classes. So these are the learning modalities that we are using in order to assure that there is a reinforcement and engagement in the learning process of our student. Another thing is in our school divisions of Tarlac province, we have what we call the Aral Tarlaqueño, wherein teachers are designated in a particular subject, wherein these teachers are assigned also in a particular topic, and their discussions are being aired in RTV. So those are the learning modalities that we use here in Tarlac province. To continue with, number three is learners can control the pace of their learning, wherein people learn best when they have some control over their learning. Choices reduce learners' apathy, relieve some of the stress of the learning process, and motivates people to engage with the learning material. With the help of blended learning, it's enable our student to study online, or they can quickly manage instead of having the pace set by the fastest or slowest learner in the group. They can also skip ahead a fast familiar information or pause, rewatch, and seek additional resources. They can also access a content when they are most alert and even take break as necessary. We have also the what we call flip blended approach, wherein enables the learner to start with the knowledge they gain on their own and then supplement it with the personal attention of the teacher, whether it is virtual, online, or face-to-face classes. Number four is what we call blended learning save money. If I'm not mistaken, we are 3 months having our face-to-face classes. But before we proceed into face-to-face classes, the teachers in the Philippines are work from home. So we save a lot of money for our transportations, as well our students and parents. And number five is modular. Blended learning is modular and scalable. So we have the what we call SLM, or the self-learning modules, wherein it involves individualized instructions that allows to use the self-learning module either in print or digital. Sometimes with the use of this SLM, it is necessary for the teacher to modify the SALT learning module in order to meet the needs of our students as well their interests. Moving forward is one size does not fit at all. And this sentiment most certainly applies to blended learning instructional practices. Because of this, there has been a variety of blended learning models developed over blended existence. So to continue our discussion, let us proceed to the different blended learning models that we can use in order to assure that there is a positive changes to the attitudes of our student. The first and foremost blended learning model is what we call the rotation model. In the rotation model subcategory of blended learning, the teacher switches or rotate using face-to-face instructions and online instructions to teach a student through a variety of stations in the primarily the classroom setting. So the rotation model is shifting from one class to another. So we all know that here in the Philippines, we cannot all accommodate our student, knowing the fact that one classroom, it is composed of more than 50. And according to the rules and regulations set by the IATF, only 25 students can accommodate in one classroom. So therefore, there are students who are left behind. So we can use this rotation model in order for us to have and secure a deliberations of quality education. Some of the schools, like the schools of my mom and my sister, which is happen as an elementary teacher. So they divided the class into two, the group A and the group B. For this week, the group A, they are the one who will attend for the face-to-face classes, while the group B, they are at home busy doing their self-learning module. So after this week, by next week, there is a rotation with the schedule for the group B. They are the one who will attend for the face-to-face class, and for the group A, they are the one who will answer their self-learning module at home. So that is the rotation model. So like what we did also in Benigno Aquino National High School. So our class is start at 12:30. So in the morning, that's the time for us preparations for our online class. So in the morning, it's online classes, and in the afternoon, it's face-to-face classes for our student. So that is the rotation model. Another unique model of blended learning is what we call the Plex model. So the Plex model of blended learning, students primarily navigate classroom content online. This model allows students the most freedom and flexibility out of the blended learning model, as a student can work through the videos and exercises created for them by their teachers at their own pace and place. So with the use of Plex model, a teacher in this blended learning scenario is given the flexibility to work with target student in a small group or in individual basis, as the other student work through the learning online. So this Plex model is a model that we use also in our school. So during my face-to-face classes, some of my discussions are being recorded, and that recorded discussions is being sent to the GC of our student, wherein our student, they can free to explore the recorded discussions with the support of online activities, as well the learning activity sheets that they can use in order for them to enhance and enrich their learning. So that is what we call the Plex model. We have also what we call the a la carte model. This is the third subcategory of blended learning. While the a la carte model is not used as frequently in the K-12 school as the rotation or the Plex model, it is good options for students who want to enrich the learning experience in a certain content area beyond the instructions that they are receiving to their teachers. So this purpose of model is to provide students a multiple opportunities, extend their learning and challenge themselves. The classroom teachers does not play a role in this model as a teacher, but instead as a facilitator. So in a la carte model, so knowing that we have the four learning modalities. So the learners under the online, digital, the printed and digital module, uh, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are plain printed and digital module. If they wish to attend the online class, they are always welcome just for them to enrich their learning in a particular topic. So that is the a la carte model. And last model is what we called the enriched virtual model. This is similar to the a la carte model. This model of blended learning is not as common as the first two, as it requires the student to be working online in setting that is potentially outside the school. So if our student wish to be sent in our school for them to enrich some of their concern and issues in a particular subject or topic, then we are much welcome to entertain them, because that that would be in turns it will be resulted to the positive changes in the academic performance of our learners. Next is what we called the benefits of blended learning on the student academic performance. So blended learning combines the best aspect of online and in-person learning. It gives a student an enrolled, an element to control, improve communication, and it's incredibly flexible. So number one, it's provide a student with autonomy over their learning. Blended learning lets a student progress at their own pace. A student can refer to the learning concept and materials as needed and can advance when they feel ready. A self-learning module makes it easy for the students to look back on earlier materials and to move through the learning coursework at their own pace. While the blended learning and environmental of autonomy empowers our K-12 students to learn, study, and troubleshoot questions on their own, while guidance is always click away, which helps our students to build discipline, independence, and problem-solving skills as they learn in materials. Another benefits of blended learning to the academic performance of our students is enhanced communication with teachers, students, and parents. Blended learning environments combine the benefits of in-person and online teaching. This technology infused learning help enhance communication for teachers, parents, and students, whether in online or face-to-face classes. For example, in a blended environment, we have what we called teachers can make announcement with the GCs of our students as well the GC of our parents, wherein it helps us to communicate and giving us class updates, changes, and new informations to our students and parents at all at once. We have also a student discussion. So, with the help of uh, proper communication with our student, we can easily address the issues and problems of our students. As well, parents can get a window into classroom by using the same communication as their children to see what they are working on and what is going on virtual discussion as well in face-to-face discussion, wherein this it involves a strong communication. The strong communication is the key to fulfilling educational journey for our student. Blended learning can help to improve communication and ensure that students who are behind the receive the extra help they need, while those who are ahead can take on enrichment activities to keep them challenged and engaged. Another benefits is track and improve engagement. In track improve engagement, it involved measurement engagement, understand assessment quality, as well monitoring. So in blended learning, we can easily measure if there is a learning to our student. With the use of the self-learning module, we can easily identify if there is a retention on a particular topic. We have also uh, we have also a deep understanding on a particular assessment that is suited to our learners. As well, adaptation of monitoring that under to the level and usage to the tools that we are going to use that help teachers and administrator to get an idea on the wide variety of tools that being used in the learning environment. Last benefits of blended learning on academic performance of our student is improved accessibility and reach. The integration of technological tools like cell phones is ensure that the student can use material in any time from anywhere. It also improve accessibility for all students regardless of their learning needs. Some of the technology tools that can enhance learning experiences in blended environments includes structures that make content more accessible with the use of device such as the laptop, computer, cell phone that allows content to be accessed on the demand of learning. We have also the accessibility checkers, wherein we can check the attendance of our student by means of online. We have also closed captions that provide a student with a text version of the speech and non-speech audio information needed to understand the content. We have also the integrations of different devices that all learners can use in the blended learning environment. These technologies, which include listening, visual, communication, speaking, reading, and writing. So these are the four benefits of blended learning on the student academic performance. Next is what we call the best practices. Best practices are set of guidelines, ethics, or ideas that represent most efficient or prudent course of action in a given business situation. In education, best practices define as the wide range of individual activities, policies, and programmatic approaches, positive changes, prudent attitude, and positive behavior. So best practices are set of guidelines, ethics, or ideas. So I will share with you some of the best practices that I use in order to maintain and to assure that there is a positive changes with the use of blended learning in the behavior and academic performance of our students. The best the first best practices that I use is what we call the Project Harry. This Project Harry wherein honing teachers in acquiring information through radio-based instruction ready for the youth. Project Harry aims to utilize the available resources for the attainment of distance learning modality for this time of pandemic as part of the school learning continuity plan. This project training aims to orient and guide teachers in conceptualizing and making radio-based instruction script and all the necessary information how is the operations of radio broadcasting that is suited for the new blended learning. So with the help of Project Harry, this is a webinar training that that enlighten my fellow teachers, my co-teachers, in order for them to become knowledgeable in the operations of radio-based instructions, as well in the preparations of script writing in the uh, radio-based instruction. So in connections with the Project Harry, we have also the what we call the Project Harold. This is in the connections of Project Harry and Project Harold, wherein Project Harold having accessible radio-based instruction as opportunity for learning during pandemic. This Project Harold is intended to serve as supplementary to the modular learning approach. This intends to give all possible means of learning to all learners. This will be done by airing our discussion through radio-based instruction in DCWT 97.5, as well our topic are also aired in our Facebook page. It's a live discussion wherein our students who don't have access in radio, they have the option to choose between radio and FB Facebook Live. So we have also the what we call Project Quarosa, wherein it is very difficult for us teacher on how we are going to motivate our student during this time of pandemic. So Project Parosa, it's the quarterly recognitions of student achievement, wherein awards and recognition is given to the learners who have successfully attained standards set by the school support and effort and accomplishment. This learner affirms their latent potential, abilities, and disposition. Learners who feel good about their abilities and contribution to the school and society are more likely to be happy, content, and motivated. When these learners are recognized for their effort, will also persist in desire to excel. To promote and encourage student participation amidst pandemic, Project Quarosa served as a tool for our learners as well for the teachers to improve learners' confidence, self-awareness, enthusiasm for learning. Despite a pandemic, motivating environment that promotes respect for student diversity, and dedication to learning contributes to the creations of positive school climate that support the well-being and achievements of all students are maintained and achieved. Another best practices. So here are some of our uh, means of verifications for the project Quarosa. So during the pandemic, we have a virtual awarding to our student. So since now we are having our face-to-face classes, there is a physical face-to-face awarding to our student wherein we also give them a simple token such as a notebook, pencil, ball pens that they can use in their learning. So another best practices, and this is intended for my irregular student. So during the first semester, I was assigned to teach the irregular students. I handle all the irregular students. These are the transferees and balik aral. So during uh, I found out that during uh, my discussion to this irregular student that they are being or they need an intervention wherein this intervention will help them to awakening our students and parents that they are part in the vital success of our student. So the project the project appear or the action research appear. This is the attendance program through partnership engage checking and attendance reward, an intervention to improve irregular students academic performance in blended learning. So academic performance is fueled by the learner's regular attendance. Evidently, students who regularly attend class have higher chances of getting better grades and learning compared to contribute to academic achievements and success of the learners. With that, it is important to monitor the attendance and participations of the learners through the blended distance education during pandemic. Among the students to be catered the most in education would be those in need of sufficient support, and focus will be the irregular students. So a while ago, through the online class, through the printed, the digital, and face-to-face classes, our main concern is those irregular students. So in order for us to secure that no one is left behind, there is also an intervention for the irregular student, and this action research will help our irregular students to develop their learning as well to enhance their skills using the academic performance in blended learning approach. So that's are the best practices that I can share. So in order for us to secure and uh, to have a positive changes in the academic performance of our student. So here in Benigno National High School, we have irregular student. And as the teacher of this learner, I believe that there should be an intervention that should be done. And these learners have come from different batches and have become irregular for various reasons. Among the leading reasons are financial problems, employment, and other responsibilities. This is what I intend to look into and aim to give intervention that may also be utilized to the next batches of irregular students. Some of the research question is, what are the leading factors that contribute to the irregularity of the learners? How can active participation of the irregular learners be ensured through the proposed intervention, and how has the intervention affected academic performance of the irregular learners. So at this moment, I'm still working on this action research, and I wish I could share also the intervention after the uh, application of this action research. So with that, with the help of IGP, the Institute Global Professionals, and to all our viewers and listeners, thank you for this day and have a nice day to everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable presentation with our participants. And, sir, we will come back with you after our quiz competition in our Q&A session. So, till then, sir, please stay with us.
Thank you, Ma'am Narcy.
Thank you, sir. So, my dear lovely audience, get ready for our next session, that is quiz competition. And after the quiz, we will start our Q&A session. So, get ready with your question too. So, dear knowledge seeker and dear active participants, get ready for next session and enjoy this short quiz video. And don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends in our comment box. So everyone, welcome to our quiz competition session. And right now we have 23 participants who joined with us. Thank you all for joining. Please mention your friends in our comment box, and you can also share theirs in your timeline. So we are waiting for our participants. And dear audience, you can see the joining link in our comment section, or you can browse Chrome, directly go to www.slido.com and give the code, that is IGP quiz. And today we will provide 10 certificates to top 10 winners. And please give your full name because it will be print in the certificate. Again, I'm thanking to all of our participants and our volunteer team. Right now we have 41 participants, 42 participants who joined us in our this session. And I'm reminding to all of our participants, please get ready with your question to ask our honorable speaker in our next session. So we will start our this session within few minutes. So everyone, please hurry up and mention your friends in our comment section. Okay, right now we have 44 participants. We have right now Anilita Cuter Villanova, Alvino Montalvo, Rezine de Lamera, Carmela Behain, okay, Maylin B. Gatas, Giles, Christina V. Del Rosario, we have Michelle, we have Nika Jena Javier, Ricky R. Colima, Alex Javier Alvarez, Rosie Diosors, Emelita, Aved Dela Cruz, Emmeline A. Catby, Venus A. Hortilano, Jerem B. Okay, and so many active participants who joining us right now. And I would like to apologize to all of you if I pronounce your name in wrong way. We have right now 48 participants. Okay, right now we have 50 participants who joined in this session. Wow, it will be a very, uh, I said, it will be like very hard and exciting too. We have 51 participants right now in this session. Okay, we will start it in a minute. So everyone get ready. Okay, let's start it. So the first question is, it's on true false. Performance-based tasks promote academic integrity in the digital learning environment. So is this true or false? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the time is up. So the right answer is option number 1. That is true, and 98% of our participants answered correctly. In our leaderboard, we have Cristina Vidal Rosario on first position, following Napoleon Vitersolino. Then we have Ronila T. Anawan. We have Charilyn Calejo Yamaguchi and Zemeline V. Rivera. Okay, congratulations to our winners. And we are moving to our next question. The disparity in academic performance between groups of students, educational inequality or achievement gap. So you have to choose one option. You have only 3 seconds and the time is up. And the right answer is option number 2, that is achievement gap. And 40% of our 100% participants answer correct. Okay, right now we have Ricky or Kalima placed on first position in leaderboard. Then we have Ashok Kumar Adhikari, we have Leah Fakumla, we have Jenny Lynn S. Dela Cruz, and Anna Marie Joya Mercado. So everyone get ready for next question. So what is blended learning? I think we all know about it. A teaching practice that combines both classroom and online learning and face-to-face delivery model. Okay, the right answer is option number 1, a teaching practice that combines both classroom and online learning. And 100% of our participants get the right answer. In our leaderboard, again, Ricky R. Colima placed on first position. Following Leah Facunla, we have Anna Marie Joya Mercado, Janeline S. De La Cruz, and Rian Lipasana Paquibo. Okay, congratulations. Moving to our next question, question number 4. What are some of the blended learning models? Mobile learning, online learning classroom, or individual rotation flipped classroom, self-directed station rotation. Okay, the correct answer is option number 2, that is individual rotation flipped classroom, self-directed and station rotation. And 35% of our participants only answered the correct. Okay, right now we have Jeremy Arvelo plays first position in our leaderboard, following Anna Marie Joy Mercado, following Tia Angelica Rivera. Then we have Carmela Behane and Charlie McGee Barnason. Okay, everyone, we are moving to our next question. Question number 5. Difference in learning quality and results by different groups. Is this educational inequality or discrimination? Time is up. And the right answer is option number 1, educational inequality. And 90% of our majority of the participants answered correctly. We have Anna Marie Joya Mercado placed on first position in our leaderboard. Following Jerome B. Arevalo, we have Tia Angelica Rivera. Then we have Charlie Magdi Bernasor and Annalita Guitor Villanova. So congratulations to our participants who answered correctly again. So moving to next question, question number 6. It's true false. In distance or blended learning environments, it is useless to utilize alternative tools and strategies for assessment. So is this true or false? So the right answer is false. And 88% of the participants answered correctly. Again, we have Anna Marie Joy Mercado leading on first position. And following Jerome B. Arabello, Tia Angelica Rivera, Charlie Mani Bernasor, and Ricky Arcolino. So let's see the next question, question number 7. Which of these is a strategy in addressing inequity in learning technologies? Align home, school, and community, or connect only to the interest? So the right answer is option number one, align home, school, and community. And 88% of our participants answered correctly. Okay, we have Anna Maria Joya Mercado placed on first position in our leaderboard, following Jerome B. Arbelo. Then we have Tia Angelica Rivero, we have Charlie Magni Bernasor, and Annalita Quitter Villanova. So we are moving to next question. Cooperative learning structure. Students in groups, two readers, one note taker, and administrator. So is this literature circles or guided thinking? So the right answer is option number one, and 51% of our participants answer it correctly. We have now Tia Angelica Rivera placed on first position in our leaderboard, following Annalita Quitter Villanova. We have Evelyn P. Perry, Napoleon B. Dorsolino, Jerome B. Arabello. So congratulations to our winners. We are moving to our next question. What type of reference format are you required to use in academic writing? APA format or MLA format? Well, let's see. The correct answer is option number one, that is APA format, and 88% of our participants answer it correctly. Again, Tia Angelica Rivera is placed on first position, following Annalita Quitter Villanova. Then we have Evelyn P. Perry, we have Napoleon Peter Salino, and Anna Marie Joya Mercado. So we are moving to our last question, that is question number 10. Assessment should be holistic and authentic in capturing the attainment of the most essential learning competencies. So is this a true or false? So the time is up. And the right answer is option number one, true. And 98% of our participants answered it correctly. Let's see the surprise in our leaderboard. Okay, we have Tia Angelica Rivera placed first position in our leaderboard. Congratulations! And we have our top 10 winners name. And Anita Quitter Villanova placed second. Evelyn P. Perry placed third. Napoleon Peter Salino placed first. Anna Marie Joy Mercado placed fifth. So congratulations to top 5 winners. Let's see the other winners name. Okay, we have Jerome B. Arvelo, place 6th. Jogger Balesco Tosok, place 7th. Charlie Magni Bernasor, placed 8th. Abed Dela Cruz, placed 9th. And Caroline Calaho Emaguchi, placed 10th. So congratulations to our top 10 winners. So give a virtual claps for our winners, my dear lovely winners. Will get your certificates from our Facebook official page. So don't forget to collect it and don't forget to celebrate with IGP. So thank you for your participation, your positive response. Thank you again. And we will move our next session, that is QA session. So before starting our next session, don't forget to tag, share, tag, share, mention your friends in our comment box. And also, get ready with your question to ask our honorable speaker in our comment box. So we will start the session after this short video. So let's get ready. Once again, welcome, sir, in our Q&A session.
Hello, Ma'am Naswin.
So, my dear lovely audience, lovely participants, get ready with your question and please come give your question in our comment box and address our speakers. And we have our first question. It's a big, huge question. Hidden there. Okay, the question is from Sir John Kenneth Karen Gwen Goel. So, can we expect that the level of competencies gained by the students through blended learning is equivalent to the level of competencies they can learn or gain in the face-to-face classes? So, if the face-to-face classes will be implemented this coming school year, can we expect our students to perform the competencies
How can
stated
we
in
monitor?
the books? So uh, there is two question. I don't know you're seeing this in the screen.
Wait, Ma'am, I will read the question again. Can we expect that the level of competencies gained by the student through blended learning is equivalent to the level of competencies that they can learn or gain in the face-to-face classes? If the face-to-face classes will be implemented this coming school, can we expect our student to perform the competencies stated in the books, or everything will just be theoretical? How can we monitor the progress of the student and ensure that they carry activity? Okay. Thank you for your question, Jan Kenneth Karagian Goyal. So the first questions is, can we expect that the level of competencies gained by the student through blended learning is equivalent to the level of competencies that they can learn or gain in the face-to-face classes? So, sir, here it depends upon the situation, because some of the students that are under blended learning, we cannot assure that the performance or the output of of that particular student is their real output. So because we cannot monitor our students in answering their self-learning modules, sometimes this was answered by their parents or maybe their brothers and sisters. But this so you are asking, sir, if this is equivalent to the level of competencies that can learn or gain to the face-to-face classes. So in my class, sir, the approach in the blended learning as well in the face-to-face classes is different. I have a different strategies and techniques that I use to my students that are under blended learning, and also to the students that are under to the face-to-face classes. So the second questions, if the face-to-face classes will be implemented this coming school year, can we expect our student to perform the competencies stated in the books, or everything will just be a theoretical? So sometimes, sir, we can find in our self-learning modules of our students that are not suited, right, sir. I think you encounter this experience wherein, as a teachers, you are the one who will modify to that particular books or learning modules that our students is using. We are free to modify that particular learning modules that is suited to the learner's needs and interests. Sometimes, sir, we are given a chance to create our self learning activities sheet just to make sure that the competencies on that particular topic or on that particular learning is suited to the learner's need and interest of our student.
Thank you so much, sir. So, my dear knowledge seekers, still we are waiting for the new question. Please put your question in our comment section. Okay. Okay, no, this one is comes first. This is from Evelyn Perry. Good evening, sir. Which of the four models you mentioned is effective in terms of in measuring the mastery skill? Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Evelyn. So the questions of Ma'am Evelyn, it goes like this. Which of the four models you mentioned is effective in terms of in measuring the mastery skills? So knowing the fact that we have the four models like the rotation, the flex, the a la carte, and the enrich. So these four models are effective. We cannot say that Plex model is better than the a la carte. So all of these models are effective. So using these four models of blended learning, it depends upon your identifying your student needs and background. So if you know the background of your student, definitely you will not use a model that is not suited to the background and needs of a student. So it depends upon the background interests of our students. So you can use the rotation if this is applicable to our student. You can use also the Plex model if this one is you think is the best that is suited also to our students. Same with a la carte and to the enrich. Thank you, Ma'am Evelyn.
Thank you, sir. So next question is from Lynn. Lynn, does blended learning work?
Thank you for your question, Lin Bautista Baon. So your question is, does blended learning work? Yes, definitely. So we don't know that before the pandemic happened, we are adopting the blended learning. It's just so happened that this time is pandemic, there is a emphasis on the blended learning. But blended learning is very effective because blended learning is a combination of classroom setting as well online learning. Maybe it can be a virtual or a face-to-face learning discussions to our student.
Thank you, sir. So next question is from Eva. Okay, Ev Dizam Gabriel. So, what models of blended learning is the best? I
S-
couldn't pronounce it right because in my mother tongue is total different from Philippines,
oh,
so that's why.
I think Ma'am Narsin, it's Abe Diam Gabriel. Eve. Uh-huh. So same thing with the questions a while ago by Mom. I don't know what is the name of the questions of Mom. So what models of blended learning is the best? So all of those blended models are effective and best if you know the background of your student, as I mentioned a while ago, if you know the background of your student, their problems, their issues, then you can choose what particular blended learning models you can apply that is suited to the interests of our student.
Thank you, sir. And same question comes in our comment section again. from Sir Aries, Ma'am Kainat. They have the same question. Does blended learning work? So we are still waiting for new question. Dear knowledge seeker, please give your question in our comment box and our speakers is ready to give you answer. Okay, we have new question from Sir Aries. Does BL be more effective and resources than traditional?
Thank you for your question, Aris Bukasas Manukum. So your question is, does blended learning be more effective and resources than traditional? So maybe Sir Aris is asking about the effectivity of blended learning and resources than traditional. So nowadays, since we are in the 21st century and with the huge impact of the use of technology, we must adapt the new techniques and strategies in teaching. So I think blended learning is more effective than the traditional one. Not a typical type of teacher. So as a teacher, you need to improve your skills so that you can easily get the attentions of your learners as well, in order for you to achieve a quality delivery of education to your student.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Sir Harold Tolentino. Am I right? Am I pronouncing it right way?
Murao.
Amara. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much, sir. And we are very honored to have you here and also pleased with your presentation. Thank you so much, sir. So,
Thank you,
could
Miss
you,
Nasreen, and to the IGP. It's my pleasure, and big thanks to all of you.
so you want to share some last few words with our participants?
So to all our participants, to all our viewers and listener, Thank you for your patience, and I hope I shared just a little piece of information that you can use in applying different models in blended learning. So with that, thank you very much to all our viewers and listeners.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'll talk to you after the program. So please stay with us. Thank you, sir. So, my dear lovely audience, thank you for your participations and thank you for your positive response. And today's program certification process. And the program name is Academic Performance in Blended Learning, and the code is IGP 9854. I'm repeating again, the code is IGP 9854. And without code, no one is eligible for certificates. And with code, you can claim your certificates anytime. And you can also visit our website address. Our website address is www.eduigp.com. www.eduigp.com. So get your certificates and celebrate. Don't forget to celebrate with IGP. So again, thanks to all of our participants and real learners and each and every audience who are watching this live from different time zones and places. Thank you for your participations in our every session. So, dear audience, um, I'm inviting all of you to our next session in Saturday. So don't miss it. And again, and thank you to all of you because your cooperation, your attachment encourage us to give you best and best that you uh, that our participants pleased with. So thank you again. Thank you so much, and thanks to our volunteer team who is actively cooperating with our participants. So, dear participants, stay happy, stay healthy, because your health is a very big matter for yourself. If you are good today and healthy today, you can learn, you can do your work, you can do everything. But without your good health, with your bad health, you can't do anything. So please take care yourself. And everyone, thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for your positive responses. And every time when I mention our participants, please share your response every time. So I'm very cordially thanks to our participants. Thanks again. And till then, stay happy, healthy, and safe wherever you are. I'm Nasrin signing off right now. Good night, everyone.